Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
What a way to kick off Vegas Bowl here at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Simulation Football League action begins here in week one with the four-time champion Queen City Corsairs coming in to take on the Sioux Sparrows from Liberty Field. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Eric Vincent to take you into this beautiful week one matchup here. Both these teams swapping up the rosters quite a bit. We're going to have one different quarterback on one end here for the four-time champs. And over on the other side for the Sioux Sparrows, also some new faces, a lot of draft picks coming in, a free agent acquisition. We'll get to those starting lineups here in just a moment. But for now, we're going to send it down to the coin toss. Sioux Falls coming out in all black. Queen City coming out with the white jerseys and the black pants. Queen City has won the toss. They will elect to receive. And we are just about underway here from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Josh Steele Black will, Judah Dorgan will handle the kicking duties here. Everyone's ready. Ball's on the tee. Ball's in the air. We're underway. Fielded from inside his own end zone. Bringing it out across the 20. Good spin move. Ball's on the turf. Right away. Ball is still live. And it looks like the Sparrows have come up with the football. Actually, check that. Queen City getting the football back. Absolutely bananas play. It looked like the Sparrows might have come up with it, but instead, it looks like Queen City is going to have an opportunity at the football after all. And their brand new quarterback, O.J. Bruin, number one, the former member of the Portland Fleet, comes out in the gun to start things off. Too wide towards the top of the formation. Takes the snap, gonna hand it off. And that is the familiar face of Jet Zero running the football as he gets a gain of maybe half a yard. Get a look at the starting lineups here for the offensive unit for Queen City. O.J. Bruin at quarterback, Jet Zero the running back, Adrian Ellis, William McDowell, Doug Spelling, and Deezer Powell, all the wide receivers. James Matthew Jr., Stephen McMichaels, the tight ends, Robert Vale and Robert Crone on the offensive line for these Corsairs. Second down. From the gun, Bruin takes the snap, his first pass as a member of the Corsairs, and it's a good one. Out towards the far sideline, complete to Doug Spelling for a minimal gain. That's going to bring up a third and short. Get a look at the Sioux Falls defense quickly. Biff Markham, James Kelly, Mike Wagner, Darius Hawkins, all on the front four. Nick Fargo, Derek Williams, Jason Strombo, all the linebackers. John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, Terrell Davis, all the corners. Jay Ringgold, Jukin Rukin Jr., and A.J. Levy rounds out the secondary. Bruin on third down, pressure in his face, gets it away, and that's going to be a first down out across to the 31-yard line. That will move the chains here for the Corsairs. Spelling with another catch, and that will extend the drive out to the Queen City 31-yard line. First set of downs, first and 10, offset eye. Sioux Falls stacking the box. Anticipating a run, they're going to get a delayed handoff here from Jet Zero. Zero gets crushed in the backfield. Loss of about 2 on the play. That'll back them up to the 30-yard line. Great play there by the Sioux Falls defense. They saw it the entire way. They stacked the box. They got what they were looking for. And that'll back them up by a couple. Queen City now coming out with 3 wide. Zero in the backfield. Bruin got to air it out into coverage and incomplete. It's good coverage out there by Terrell Davis, the 7th-year man, all 7 seasons here with Sioux Falls. So that's going to bring up third and long here for the Corsairs. 9:05 to go here in the opening frame. We've seen a lot of gun coming from these Corsairs on offense. And we'll see it once again here with the empty set. Bruin takes the snap, fires it over the middle into coverage and incomplete. It looked like for a moment he had Doug Spelling available over the middle of the field, but that was a good play by the linebacker Nick Fargo to bat the football away. Fargo in his 11th season in the league, 10 of them with the Sioux Falls Sparrows. So the Sparrows will force a punt, and that will get them the football back here. A.J. Levy handling the return duties for the Sparrows. Punt is away, courtesy of Greg Morrison, and Levy will make the fair catch just shy of the 40-yard line, marking down at the 43. So good starting field position here for Sioux Falls as Julian Tyree comes out. 14 seasons all in a Sparrows uniform. And he sets up under center here with an I formation. Tyree going to swing it out to his running back here. That's a new face in Marcus Duncan, the 22nd overall pick from Madison, and he'll get a short gain of about 6 yards. So that'll keep the Sparrows ahead of schedule here as they set up with the 2nd and 4. Tyree from the gun. He's going to air it out over the middle. That's caught for first down yardage. Out across to the Queen City 40-yard line, so into enemy territory right away here as he finds K. Marion on the reception. Getting a look at the rest of the Sparrows on offense. Tyree at quarterback, Marcus Duncan the halfback, Charlemagne Cornelius the fullback, Michael Knight, A.J. Warren, Noe Terrasas, and K. Marion the wide receivers. And Johnny Van Man and Moose Mitchell are the guards for the Sparrows. From the gun, Tyree, pressure in his face, and he's going to get sacked. Back at the Queen City 46-yard line, a loss of 6 there. And good play there by the Sparrows defensively, or excuse me, by the Corsairs defensively as they get in. And Tyree was dead to rights the entire way, as it looked like Booth got in there and made the play. So that sets up 2nd and 16. Duncan with a little play action there. Tyree going to throw it, and that's a sliding catch made for about 9 yards out to the 37-yard line, courtesy of Michael Knight. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Looking at the Corsairs on defense quickly. Andre Krim, Joseph Saboka, Frank Stackhouse along the front 3. Kappa Jones, Matthew Alvarado, Orion Horace, the linebackers. Amar Bryant Jr., Ted Haynes, Mike Jones, at corners. Greg Gaines, King Jamal, and Savon Watson are the safeties. Tyree, play action again. Got to throw it far sideline, close to a first down, but they're going to knock him out of bounds. Shy of the line to gain at the 33-yard line. Catch was made by Warren, but it was not to be, as that's going to bring up a 4th down and possibly a punting situation. Would be a long field goal here for Jastil Black. And they are indeed going to punt it. It'll be Sammy Prefontaine with the punt. Prefontaine gets it off, trying to pin them back deep. And that's going to be landing right at the 6-yard line of Queen City. So a great punt there by Sammy Prefontaine to go ahead and knock the Corsairs deep in their own territory. And O.J. Bruin is going to have a ton of work to do here for his 2nd possession. So from the 6, Bruin going to set up in an offset eye. It's going to be a handoff to 0-0, avoids the first tackler. He's got room along the far sideline as he gets through out to the 27-yard line. So just like that, a 21-yard burst from Jet Zero as he gets some breathing room for the Corsairs on offense. And Just good blocking up front there for 0, and he slipped the first defender and did the rest himself as he was able to make it along the far sideline there. 20-plus yards on the opening play of the second possession here for Queen City. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Bruin in the gun. Has time, got to throw it over the middle, and that's incomplete. Doug Spelling, the intended receiver there, could not quite make the connection, and that falls incomplete. Just looking for the crossing route over the center of the field. And they haven't asked O.J. Bruin to do too much with the football. One deep pass so far. Otherwise, it's been a lot of dinking and dunking here for the former member of the Portland Fleet, his 3rd season in the league. Bruin from the gun, hand off to 0, and this time the Sparrows were ready for it. They knew they were going to get a jet 0 handoff there. He said 17 yards so far to start things off, and they've had a couple of plays like that where the Sioux Falls defense just sniffs it out right away and is able to knock them down in the backfield. Jason Strombo, the first one to get in there on the stop, the 2nd season man here in Sioux Falls. Bruin back in the gun on 3rd and 12. Running back on either side, play action, pressure coming from his backside, he's going to go down. Back at the 20-yard line, mark him down at the 21. Another big loss there for the Corsairs, and the Sparrows are going to get the football back with great field position. So another Greg Morrison punt. Again, deep back in his own territory. Sioux Falls looking to take over for their second possession here. No pressure coming as Morrison gets it away without any duress, and Levy makes a second fair catch called for near midfield. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line of Sioux Falls. So again, great starting field position here for Tyree. They got into enemy territory in a hurry, but ultimately did nothing for it. Stalled out at the 33-yard line of Queen City and had to punt the football away. We'll see if they can do better here for the second possession. Tyree from the gun. Back on either side. Pressure coming into space. He's going to go down way back at the 41-yard line. What a play there made by the Queen City defense. Andre Krim getting in there for the sack. And it's hard to get anything going. Both of these offensive lines have had issues to start this football game off. So Tyree going to set up under center this time. He'll get a free play. Play action. Going to throw it near sideline there, and that's a minimal gain. Probably got back close to the yardage that they got, or that they lost from the sack, so we'll have to see what they do here with the penalty. And it looks like Sioux Falls is going to accept the penalty, so that'll move the football up. It'll be second down and probably about 13 or so. So that'll do them a few favors there and get them closer to where they started this drive off. Tyree coming out empty, 5 wide. Tyree pump fakes, he's going to go deep, and he's got it! Out towards the far sideline there. What a catch made by K. Marion as that gets them deep into Queen City territory at the 26-yard line. And he wanted it all the way, pump faked it, went right back to the far sideline, and was able to get it to Marion for the big play. And Queen City is actually going to challenge the play on the field. At first glance in real time, it looked like they were able to get the call in bounds. But we're going to have to take another look. Just a nice route by Marion, avoids the push off the line, and yeah, that's going to be a catch, and that's going to be a big play for the Sparrows, unless something bananas happens here.
After review, the play stands. The pass is complete. The
And the play will stand on the field. Queen City charged with a timeout. So the Sparrows are in business from the Queen City 26-yard line. Big pitch and catch from Tyree to Marion sets them up nicely. First set of downs. Tyree under center. Barking out signals. 5-step drop, gonna throw it near sideline here, and that's caught by Marion once again. I mean, maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain. Sioux Falls doing a lot better here on this second possession that they've had. I formation this time. We're going to call that an incomplete pass on the last play, so it's on second down. Tyree, design screen play, in trouble right away, but Duncan's able to slip pretty good spin move there, and he's going to get his gain of 7 yards. Inside the SFL red zone we go to the Queen City 19-yard line. The rookie 22nd overall pick from Madison, all 5'11", 200 of him, very slippery, and is able to make the 7-yard play to make it a 3rd and short. Tyree under center for this 3rd and short. Tyree, pressure coming, he's gonna go down. What a play made by the defensive tackle, Joseph Sabolka, as he gets in there. His first season here in Queen City, coming over from Charleston, and he just pushed his man all the way back into Tyree's face and is able to get him down in the backfield, forcing a 4th down, and this is gonna be a field goal try here from Zesto Black. Gonna be about a 42-yard try here on the near hash. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up and away, and it is through from 41 yards officially. And Sioux Falls are on the board first here at home in Liberty Field. These teams met last season in week 11, and it was a drubbing that the Sparrows had handed to the Corsairs, 41-14. Queen City completely revamping their roster here for this season 19 and looking to get back to their winning ways. As I mentioned, 4-time champions here in Queen City, as the return is made by Adrian Ellis, the former Denver Nightwing, and he makes it out to about the 24-yard line. We'll see A.J. Bruin come out for another possession here. It's been a very active first quarter of action between these two teams. Defenses on both sides doing their best to hold the score close, and you can see it on the scoreboard with a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Sparrows. So we'll see what Bruin can do here. Handoff to 0-0. Can avoid the first sack, but can't afford the next 3, as a ton of black shirts were in his lap there, and you see his stats on the screen. 15 yards, an average of 3 yards a carry, and we've seen a lot of negative runs here for Jet 0. And Queen City, their bread and butter is the run game. The Sioux Falls defense has stood up to the task of stopping 0. We'll see how the Queen City offense responds. Bruin, pressure coming to his backside, throws it into coverage and incomplete. Nick Fargo was out there in coverage, the veteran linebacker, 6-time All-Star in this league, and almost got his mitts on an interception there. Instead, forces the 3rd and long. 2:01 to go here from Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Sioux Falls faithful on their feet, cheering on their defense. 3 wide here for Queen City, 2 towards the top of the formation, 0, sidecar left. Bruin gonna throw it near sideline, got his man, that's Deezer Powell, but that's gonna be marked as incomplete, and it's gonna be a 4th and long. Another 3 and out here for Queen City, and they just have not gotten anything going on offense with this new look offense that they have come out with. And again, back in their own territory, Morrison is going to have to punt once again. we'll see if Sioux Falls can get good starting field position once again. AJ Levy has not gotten a return yet. He still won't get a return as he makes the fair catch at the 48-yard line. Sioux Falls has started off with great starting field position on all of their possessions here today, but they've only gotten 3 points to show for it so far. On the last possession, Tyree had a masterful pass to Kate Marion along the far sideline. We'll see what they do here, see if they want to go deep. Queen City stacking the box here. Got 7 in the box. Tyree going to quickly dump it out to Duncan. Duncan is going to get tattooed down along the near sideline there for a minimal gain of maybe a couple, and that'll make it out to about midfield. Good play by King Jamal and company to minimize the damage. And Tyree will set up under center. Handoff this time to Duncan. Duncan trying to follow his blockers, finds a little bit of room as he makes it out to the Queen City 45-yard line. Going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up here. Both these teams playing very good defense to start this ball game off. Tyree again under center. 2 backs behind him here. Tyree pressure in his face. He's throwing it into coverage and it's incomplete. Mike Jones was out there in coverage and very nearly was able to make the interception. But instead, that's going to force a 4th down. And it's going to be another punt. Prefontaine looking to pin the Corsairs back deep. He was able to nail him back at about the 6-yard line on his last punt, very similar to this. And this one looks like it's going to trickle into the end zone, and it will. It's going to be a touchback, bring it out to the 20-yard line with 40 seconds left to go here in the opening frame. Both these teams have had plenty of opportunity to get things going offensively. Sioux Falls with a 41-yard field goal. That's the only points that you see on the scoreboard here at home in Liberty Park. Offset I formation for the Corsairs. Gonna be a delayed handoff. Zero is going to get buried in the backfield. This linebacking core has been very impressive here for Sioux Falls, as that's Nick Fargo with another tackle. Brings up 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to roll here. We might see one more play before we hit the 2nd quarter of action. Pruitt, gonna air it out. Near sideline, picked off! It's going the other way, and that's John Barnhart near sideline, and he's gonna be finally knocked out at the Queen City 13-yard line, and what a way to end the 1st quarter of play as we get one more look here. Great positioning there by Barnhart as Deezer Powell was out there, and Barnhart just ran the route a little bit better. And he's going to be setting up the Sparrows nicely for the 2nd quarter of action just on the other side. You're watching the SFL live from HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas. And the hometown Sparrows set up nicely here. Inside the 15 at the 13-yard line, handoff to Marcus Duncan. Duncan trying to find some room, and he's going to get a gain of about 6 out to the 7-yard line. Sioux Falls has had the only points on the board here, courtesy of Jastel Black, a 41-yard field goal. And And they're going to try and punch it in here. Give us the first touchdown on the board. Offset eye, handoff, Duncan, spin move, end zone, touchdown, Sioux Falls. Great blocking up front there by Charlemagne Cornelius, and all Duncan had to do was just shimmy his way into the end zone, and Sioux Falls extends the lead. Black is going to line up for the extra point to make it a 10-0 ball game. High snap, gets it down, and Black is going to put it through to make it 10-0 here in favor of the Sioux Falls Sparrows. So an easy drive there for Sioux Falls as they're able to punch it in from 13 yards out. And Duncan has his first career SFL touchdown. Congratulations, young man. It's been all Sioux Falls so far, and that's because of the field position they've gotten because of Queen City. Return here by Ellis, and he's going to bring it out to the 28-yard line there. Queen City has had their struggles. They've been trying to favor Jet Zero as far as the run game goes, but Sioux Falls, they put a stop to that pretty quickly. O.J. Bruin, not a whole lot of action in the passing game. Couple deep shots here and there, but this Sioux Falls Sparrows defense, they've been looking good. Bruin gonna take the snap, fire it over the middle. Good play there, as that's gonna be close to first down yardage. Gonna be a 7-yard gain out to the 35 as we see the quarterback numbers so far. Again, Bruin not doing a whole lot in the passing attack. Just a little bit of dinking and dunking. They're trying to get Zero going, but even he's had less than 20 yards so far as they creep into the second quarter of play. Bruin again to throw, throwing it into traffic and incomplete. There is a penalty marker on the field, so we'll have to see what the penalty marker is all about. It's going to be illegal touching, unfortunately, for the Sparrows. Unfortunately for the Corsairs, because it looks like Bruin threw it in traffic there. Hit one of his offensive linemen. That's going to be a penalty. That'll back him up. The Sparrows will accept that. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Bruin from the gun. Sidecar right is Zero. Bruin going to throw it over the middle. Catch is made. That's James Matthew Jr. making the catch, and it's going to be a minimal gain out to maybe the 33-yard line. So 3rd and 5 from the 33. Just under 9.5 to go. Queen City trying to get something going here. 3 wideouts. Bruin has 2 towards the top of the formation. Instead, going to throw a crosser. That's going to be good for first down yardage out to the 39-yard line, as that was Ellis making the catch and moving the sticks. The former Denver Nightwing making his presence felt in his new digs here with the Corsairs. Sioux Falls stacking the box. Over the middle, Bruin finds Matthew Jr. once again. All 7 seasons being played here with Queen City, and he's going to get it close to the yard to gain. They'll mark him just shy, 47, 2nd and 2. Bruin with a back on either side of him. Wide receiver on either side as well. Zero got to get buried in the backfield. And again, the Sioux Falls defense looking good as Mike Wagoner, the 2nd-round pick out of San Jose, getting in there and making the stop. Going to be a loss of 3, 3rd and 5 coming up. Bruin 3rd and 5. Throwing wide open is Adrian Ellis as he's going to move the chains out to the Sioux Falls 47-yard line. Best looking drive so far for the Corsairs. And he just worked his way across. A nice little out route there. Defense couldn't keep up with him. And it looks like Nathan Barnett was the one that finally got to him. So a fresh set of downs now for Queen City. 0 the lone back, heavy formation. Handoff to 0, right up the middle, finds a little bit of daylight, and he's going to make it out to the 41-yard line. Both these running backs having a little bit of trouble getting going, but Jet 0 has been the bell cow for the Corsairs. As you see, his yards per carry way down. Second and 5 now, about 7 minutes to go here in the opening half of play. Bruin hands it off to 0, and again 0 getting very minimal yardage. Levy in there on the stop along with Biff Markham, and that's going to limit the damage, make it a 3rd and 4. Certainly not a gimme for the Corsairs as they face yet another 3rd down. Bruin from the gun. Has time, got to air it out. Oh, it's incomplete. I thought Ellis had it. Actually, it was Deezer Powell that was the intended receiver. The hit jarred the football loose. And that's going to be another punt opportunity, I think, for Greg Morrison. Not electing to go with Judah Dorgan from this distance. Bounces, diving attempt made to keep the football in play, but it looks like they're going to start it off over at the 20-yard line for Sioux Falls. So Sioux Falls with the worst starting field position that they've had all day long, as they take over at the 20-yard line. Tyree going to sling it out to Duncan. Duncan, stiff arm, able to get close to the yard to gain. That's going to be a 2nd and 2 coming up here. He's been very impressive coming out of the backfield as both a runner and a receiver. And you could tell that this young man is going to have a bright future here in the Simulation Football League. Tyree again electing to go with Duncan. Duncan springs free. He's still on his feet. Past midfield. 40, 30, down at the 33-yard line. What a play by Marcus Duncan. This rookie is showing out here today. Just a patient run there. Stiff arm, squirts free from the defender King Jamal, and he's able to get past the 35 to the 33. What a run from the 1st-round pick out of Madison. Ted Haynes finally able to bring him down. And just like that, Sioux Falls back in business again in Queen City territory. Tyree takes a snap. He's in trouble right away. He's going to go down back at the 37. A short sack, but a sack nonetheless from Frank Stackhouse, the former Houston Hyena, as he's able to get in there. Just overpowers his blocker right up the middle and makes the sack. Tyree under center. Has time, got to throw it over the middle. I don't think his receiver was ready for the football. That was Noe Terrazas, as It falls incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and long now, and that freezes the clock at 4:48. Still maybe just outside of field goal range. Tyree going in the empty, 5 wide. Tyree takes the snap. He's going to air it out. Lord, he's got his man down at the 11-yard line. What a play. As that was Noe Terrazas making up for the play before and is able to make the huge play along the far sideline as they beat Mike Jones. And man, what a catch there. What a ball thrown by Julian Tyree as he's able to make the play. 1st and 10 now from the 11. Tyree, near sideline, got his man, and end zone, touchdown, Sioux Falls. And that's McGee getting in there and making the play. J.J. McGee, one of the extra tight ends in the formation. And he was just left all alone. There was no one within a country mile, really, as Matthew Alvarado finally was able to bring him down, but not before. Sioux Falls adds to their lead, and it's getting out of hand early here in South Dakota. Black lining up for the extra point to make it a 17-point ball game, and he nails it. So a 4:17 to go. The Liberty Park faithful are going nuts here as the hometown Sparrows have a 17-point advantage over the Queen City Corsairs. Black able to boot the ball down the field. Ellis with another return, trying to find some room up the middle of the field, but he's going to make it out to about the 30-yard line. Queen City having a really hard time getting anything going offensively. And hats off to the Sparrows defense for just stifling Jet Zero in every way, shape, and fashion. They've been trying to ease Bruin into this offense, and it just has not been working here for the Queen City Corsairs so far. But that's a good play there, a good crossing route. Spelling able to make the play out across the line to gain to about the 40-yard line. And I think if Queen City is able to get any sort of points on the board before the half, I think that would be a victory for them. Bruin doesn't like something at the line. He's changing signals. Takes the snap, short drop. He's going to swing it out. That's going to be to the fullback there. And I believe that was Edward Teach, the fullback. It was. Minimal gain, makes it out to the 43, short gain of 3. And it's looking like it's slow and steady wins the race here for Queen City. Free play here. Bruin fires it right over the middle, and that's first down. Deezer Powell getting across midfield out close to the 40-yard line, and it looks like Queen City will decline the penalty. And of course they do, so that's going to be a fresh set of downs for Queen City into Sparrow territory. Looking to get something going here. It's been very tough sledding for them as they've tried to rely heavily on Jet Zero, and the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense has put a stop to that right away. Spelling 4 catches, 32 yards. He's been the active receiver here for the Corsairs. Bruin takes the low snap. He's going to fire it. Far sideline, caught. Close to the 20-yard line, markup down at the 23. A couple defenders in the area, Nathan Barnett and Jay Ringgold. But Ellis is able to make the catch regardless, and another fresh set of downs here for Queen City as they've been looking very, very good. Just a little bit of a scissors route there. And the former Denver Nightwing is able to make the catch and keep the drive alive, this time from the 23. Another free play, 0 with the handoff. Lowers his shoulder, first down yardage and more inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. And again, they're going to decline the penalty. And that's a great play there by Jet Zero. Just all Jet Zero on that play as he's able to make something out of nothing there. Defense got a head start and everything. We'll get another look. Good blocking for him, and the boom, right there into the mouth of the corner, slips another defender, and inside the 5 he goes to the 4-yard line. So a 1st and goal here for Queen City, trying to get something on the board as we near the 2-minute warning here in South Dakota. Heavy formation. Definitely Jet Zero territory. We'll see if they get the play off. They do. Zero up the middle. Throws to the defender into the end zone. And he's into the end zone as well. Touchdown, Queen City. That was a great play by Zero. Just threw the defender about 3 yards deep into the end zone. Watch this. Bye-bye. And just a great drive there from Jet Zero, responding accordingly. The 6th-season veteran, the season 17 All-Star, and 1,200-yard rusher from a season ago. And he's able to get the Corsairs on the board here. Dorgan looking to add the extra point. Good snap, good hold. It's up and through. So 17-7 now as we near the 2-minute warning. Queen City responding finally, getting something going on offense as it's been tough sledding all day long here for the Corsairs. And now we'll see how the Sparrows respond. Queen City lost the timeout with a challenge earlier in the ball game, so they have 2 timeouts. Sioux Falls with 3. Levy with the return, and he's going to make it out to the 23-yard line as we hit the 2-minute warning here in South Dakota. You're watching the SFL live at HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Stay with us. So 1:57 to go here at Liberty Park. High formation for Tyree. Short drop, he's going to sling it out to Duncan. The rookie in trouble as he gets knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Orion Horace, the first man in on the play. Clock continuing to roll here. Sioux Falls not in any hurry, as they've got a 10-point advantage, a 2-possession advantage here at home as they hit 90 seconds to go here in the opening half. I formation, 2 wideouts towards the top of the formation, hand off to Duncan. Duncan again goes nowhere, and Queen City gets stopped, as Queen City makes the stop, Andre Krim. And it looks like both these teams are just content to let the clock roll. Maybe an opportunity following this play for the Corsairs, maybe getting another set of points. Although Tyree has other answers, and he makes the catch. K. Marion, what a play from K. Marion. Tyree just airs it out, and K stretches out her hands, brings it in. Only place where she could grab it. And again, another great play by Tyree to make it out to where only the receiver can make the play. So just when you thought that the Sparrows were going to turn it over to the Corsairs, Sioux Falls able to make a big play. Out to midfield, Duncan out across midfield now. Going no huddle, 2 timeouts to go for Sioux Falls. Handoff again to Duncan. Duncan gets buried. Clock continuing to roll. Sioux Falls still with 2 timeouts. Tyree airing it out. Caught! First down yardage, and Sioux Falls will call their second timeout. And that'll move the sticks inside of Queen City territory even further to the 36. 27 seconds to go. Sioux Falls looking to add to their lead. It has been all Sioux Falls here at home for them. Two backs behind Tyree. He's under center. Tyree got to air it out. One-on-one coverage, tipped and incomplete. He was looking for his receiver out there along the far sideline. Mike Jones in there to make the stop and the deflection. The former Houston Hyena, now the Houston Headhunters. That freezes the clock at 22. Empty set for Tyree. 3 wide towards the top of the formation. Looking like man coverage across the board. Tyree likes it, guns it, first down. Clock continuing to roll, 15 seconds and counting. Takes the snap at 10. Tyree airing it out, caught again! Near the 5-yard line at the 6, first and goal with 5 seconds to go. And they're probably going to get a field goal opportunity here as Zastil Black will want to come out and kick 3 points. And just when you thought Sioux Falls was going to be dead to rights, they've done a masterful job of working the football down the football field. And we are going to see a short field goal opportunity. Going to be far hash from about 23 yards. Snap gets down, and Black is able to nail it from 22 yards. That makes it 20-7, 2 seconds to go. And Queen City needed a stop on that last drive. They didn't get it. Instead, Tyree just kicked it into another gear. Black is able to get the football in the air there. Ellis with the return, clock hitting 000, spin move, and he's going to get dragged down at the 29-yard line as the clock hits 000. And man, what a half there from Sioux Falls as they take a commanding lead, 20-7, going into the half. As we get a look at the first half stats and highlights. Just a dominating performance so far. Both teams, 100% red zone percentage. Time of possession looking very similar. But Sioux Falls has done a lot more with what they've gotten. Great starting field position for Sioux Falls as well. And that has enabled them to get 20 points on the board in the first half. Tyree, he's been the offense here for the Sparrows. As we saw that pump fake, that was where Queen City lost their challenge there, as that was a great play. Another great play here by Barnhart, able to close out the first quarter with an exclamation point, getting it down inside the 20 to the 13. And that was where Duncan was able to get his first career SFL touchdown on the ground, 58 yards and that touchdown. Jet Zero responding nicely as he's had his struggles on the ground, but he responded well on the only touchdown possession for Queen City. there's that masterful touchdown run throwing the defender into the end zone. Poor Jukin Rukin. The young fella's going to learn. And Tyree again, just when he thought Sioux Falls was dead to rights, he throws an absolute dime to Kay Marion. And she makes an impressive catch, falling down to the turf, calling a quick timeout. And that was able to get them 3 points on the scoreboard. And that's where our score sits, 20-7. Sioux Falls in commanding lead. And they get the football to start things off in the second half. This time, Judah Dorgan will handle the kicking duties for the opening half kickoff, and the second half is underway. AJ Levy from the 5, trying to follow some blockers, and he's able to make it out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Tyree will take over once again. Over 150 yards and a touchdown through the air in the first half, and we'll see how he can add to it. Kay Marianne has been great. Marcus Duncan has been great. And it's been clear what the path of attack has been for these Sparrows. I formation to start with. Queen City stacking the box. Tyree going to sling it out to Duncan on the screen play, and he's able to get minimal yardage, as it looked like there was Horace and Jones in there early to make the stop. Once again, we are live here from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. And it's been a great venue so far. Great action in all these games that are going on here in the first block of action. Duncan, another spin move, another screen, and he's got minimal yardage once again. King Jamal with 7 tackles to his credit here today. Sets up a 3rd and 9. Tyree takes the snap, throws it over the middle, caught. First down yardage out to the 39-yard line. And that's going to extend the drive. This time, A.J. Warren able to get in there and make a big play here for his offense. And that's what Sioux Falls has been doing all game long. Tyree from the gun. His team up 20-7, 5 wide. Tyree gonna air it out. Wide open, man. It's Kay Marion once again. And she's almost into the end zone. Stopped at the 2-yard line. What a huge play and a huge game from number 88. And Tyree saw the big play all the way. Beat Ted Haynes right off the block. Man, somehow Greg Gaines is able to catch up and make the touchdown saving tackle. So now Tyree sets up with an I formation. After that big play, big pitch and catch from Tyree to Marion, and Duncan has his 2nd career SFL touchdown. Sioux Falls extends their lead. It's been all Sioux Falls here at Liberty Park today. And the rookie is able to follow his blockers right up the middle. Easy peasy. Able to get it in and extend the lead. And so now Black will line up once again for the extra point. He's kicked a lot of them today. High snap, gets it down, and it's up and through. 27-7. Man, it has been a clinic offensively for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. So now with 8:53 to go, a little over 2 minutes chewed up on the clock. We're going to see how Queen City responds with their first possession of the second half. Ellis with another return, and he gets buried right around the 20-yard line. They'll mark him right down at the 20. And again, just absolutely not a whole lot. I mean, I'm going to be frank with you folks. There's not a whole lot going on for Queen City here on offense today. They've been trying to rely on Jet Zero. Zero hasn't gotten a whole lot to his credit. And again, the Sioux Falls defense has done quite a job with stopping him. And so now that forces Bruin into action, and he finds a big play. James Matthew Jr. rumbling down the sideline and gets knocked down at the Sioux Falls 35-yard line. That's the first huge play we've seen in the passing attack for O.J. Bruin. And he finds his reliable tight end, Matthew Jr. Good scissors route action there, able to beat the defense easily. And it looked like Fargo was in coverage, able to slip him and make the big play out to the 35. Sets Queen City up nicely. They're going to need a lot more drives like this here today. Sioux Falls stacking the box. Bruin shuffles in the pocket, checks it down to Zero. Zero going to get out to about the 30-yard line for a short gain of 4. O.J. Bruin, the first-year man here in Queen City. Coming over from the Portland Fleets. And he's looking to be the front man here in upstate New York. Crossing pattern caught by Adrian Ellis for a short gain. Sets up 3rd and short here. Queen City again trying to get something going here on offense. At least within field goal range here for Judah Dorgan. Bruin from the gun. Handoff. Zero trying his best to get out of the backfield, and he'll get knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Good play by James Kelly and company. Able to minimize the damage. In fact, no damage whatsoever. And Judah Dorgan will have to come on and attempt a field goal. This one about 44 yards. Low snap. Able to get it up, though. And it is through, officially from 43. And Queen City gets points on their first possession in the second half. And right down Broadway there for Judah Dorgan. Third season here in a Queen City uniform. So still a 3-possession ball game in favor of the Sparrows. .6:35 to go here in the third. Levy with the return, and he gets buried right around the 24-yard line. So we'll see if Queen City can get a stop here. That'll do wonders for the team. Finally starting to get some sort of traction going for the offense. Touchdown drive near the end of the first half. Field goal to start the second half. We'll see if they can get the football back quickly. Tyree has been masterful and continues to do damage through the air. A.J. Warren with his 4th catch with a gain of 5 on that play. The connection has been from Tyree to Marion, though. K. Marion has been absolutely bonkers here this afternoon. Pro I. Handoff, Duncan trying to find some room, and good play by the linebacking core. That was Horace getting in there and making the stop. one of two linebackers coming in from Madison. He was drafted in the 3rd round, and Alvarado drafted in the 2nd round. Brings up 3rd and short. Tyree, got to swing it out to Duncan. Duncan's got first down yardage and more, and he's going to get knocked barely out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Mike Jones able to usher him out, but that will extend the drive for Sioux Falls. Fresh set of downs here for the Sparrows. I formation, Tyree with time, gets crunched as he threw the football, and I think that affected the flight trajectory as it sails out of bounds, and that falls incomplete. 2nd down. Queen City looking for a lot more of that so that they can get the football back. From the gun, Tyree takes the snap, quick fires it near sideline, caught, and that's going to be Noe Terrasas. Minimal gain there again, and it seems Sioux Falls is able to be content just dinking and dunking here, luring Queen City in before they make the big play once again. We've seen several big plays. Again, majority of them going to K. Marion. Third and 4. Tyree over the top, picked off. Queen City finally getting a turnover here, and some good news for the defense as Greg Gaines, the former Jacksonville King, is able to make the pick. And he just sits back in coverage, knew exactly where the football was going. Of course, who else? It's K. Marion, and is able to make the turnover there, the first turnover of the ball game for the defense of Queen City. And we'll see if Queen City has some life. Down 3 possessions here in the 3rd. Handoff, 0, right up the middle, and able to get first down yardage out to the 49-yard line. 0 doing a great job just going right up the middle of the field. Lowers his shoulder and is able to get as much yardage as possible. First down yardage out to the 49. Bruin from the gun. Running back on either side. Bruin in trouble. Going to throw it quickly over the middle. That's caught. And minimal gain there as that was Duck Spelling with the catch. Maybe 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7. Bruin takes the low snap, throws a dangerous pass, but Powell able to catch the football, but they're going to mark it as an incomplete pass, 3rd and 7. And you see the quarterback numbers here today. Tyree, again, just holding a clinic through the air. Over 250 yards passing, a touchdown to boot. The other 2 touchdowns going to Duncan. Third and 7. Bruin in trouble. He's going to go down all the way back at the Queen City 45-yard line. And just when you thought that Queen City had some life, Sioux Falls is able to shut the door, and Strombo is able to get in there and make the stop. Just an unblocked man, linebacker blitz. And all 6'2", 251 of them is able to wrap up Bruin and put a stop to the promising drive. So Morrison with another punt, another fair catch for Levy, and he makes it at the 27-yard line. 2:57 to go here in the third. It's been a back and forth third quarter of action. Sioux Falls able to get the football first. Touchdown on the board. Queen City responding with a field goal. And both teams trading dud possessions, a turnover for Queen City on defense. And then Queen City having to punt the football back as Tyree gets knocked as he's thrown the football. Falls incomplete. Good play by number 67, George Booth, as he's been a popular man down there in the trenches here today. .266 through the air for Tyree. Flag on the play as Tyree completes the pass for first down yardage out to Noe Terrazas, but we'll have to see what the penalty marker is all about. It looks like it's going to be defensive holding, so the Sparrows will decline, and that'll be first down yardage for Terrazas. 17-point advantage here for Sioux Falls. And they've been playing lights out all day long. Tyree under center, two backs behind him, short drop, gonna throw a far sideline, caught, close to the first down. Gonna be a good chunk of 8 yards, and Marion just adding to her receiving total here today. 3 seasons here in Sioux Falls, 4 total in the SFL. So a veteran presence to be sure. I formation, Queen City getting antsy, stacking the box. Tyree gonna sling it out to Duncan. Marcus Duncan, good spin move, another good spin move. And he makes it out to the Queen City 46-yard line. Both these running backs very good at creating space for themselves. As we'll get another look here. Dead to rights, coming out of the backfield, spin move, another spin move, and just creates something out of nothing. Able to get first down yardage. Tyree now under center, 2 backs behind him. A receiver on either side of the formation. Hand off this time to the fullback, Charlemagne Cornelius. 4 seasons for him in this league, all with Sioux Falls. And he's able to get a gain of 4 out to the 42. Clock continuing to tick away here in this third quarter of play. Tyree with a touchdown and an interception to his credit here today. Passer rating over 100. Tyree gonna sling it up to Duncan. Duncan turns on the afterburners and gets first down yardage. He was just saying, nah, Moose, I don't need you to get out there in front of you. I'm gonna make the play myself. First down yardage. And Sioux Falls just continuing to work this clock, much to the chagrin of the Queen City Corsairs. Queen City stacking the box. Tyree handoff. Duncan in trouble right away, and he gets buried right there at the line of scrimmage. 54 and 58, Sabolka and Horace in there on the stop. Queen City trying their best here to get the football back. Even with the whole quarter of play to go, they're running out of opportunities. Penalty marker on the field. Duncan gets buried at the line again by Sabolka. Clock frozen at 11 seconds. We'll have to see what the penalty flag is. And it's going to be a free play. Queen City has been antsy here today, so Sioux Falls will accept the penalty. And that'll give them a free 5 yards. Andre Krem, the guilty party. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Get your 4s up, get your 86s up, wherever you are. We got one more quarter to play, and we're live from the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas. Stay with us. And Kate Marian's numbers have been incredible. 5 catches for her, 130 yards. Tyree setting up in the gun, empty set. Tyree. Cox fires over the middle, first down yardage out to the 26-yard line of Queen City as they continue to move the chains, this time to Terrain James. Tyree just spreading the football around, and he's doing it nicely. All his wide receivers have had a catch. Marianne has had the bulk of the work. We're going to see an empty set once again. Trips towards the bottom of the formation. Tyree with time. Fires it over the middle. Caught. First down yardage again. Inside the SFL red zone we go. Guess who? Kay Marion. Another catch. Her 6th on the afternoon. And she's getting closer and closer to the 200 mark. Trips towards the top of the formation. Only 2 defenders out there. Tyree, play action, steps up. Gonna throw it short instead. Duncan, good spin move as he gets inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, 2nd and 6. And where Tyree hasn't made the plays, Duncan has cleaned things up. 2 rushing touchdowns for the rookie here today. High formation, Tyree hands it off. Duncan again trying to get his 3rd touchdown here in his first SFL game. Averaging 7 yards a carry. 3rd and 4 coming up here from the 6. Tyree under center. Julian Tyree slings it out to Duncan, and Duncan gets ushered out of bounds right away. Horace, again, has been a very popular man for this linebacking core of Queen City. And he limits the damage, forces the 4th down. And we'll see another Jastel Black field goal attempt. High snap, it gets down, almost blocked, and it's able to get up and through. From 22 yards, and Sioux Falls continuing to handle their business here at home, 30-10. And you were wondering how exactly it was going to look here today. Queen City completely revamping their entire team, honestly. A lot of rookies coming in, 4 rookies on the defense, a couple rookies on offense. Brand new quarterback. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls making the playoffs last season. Bit of a disappointment, losing to Lone Star, the eventual runner-up for season 18. And they have looked absolutely fantastic. 2 14-season veterans. Tyree at quarterback on the offense, and A.J. Levy, the quarterback of the defense at strong safety. And they have handled their business well. Bruin looking to respond here from the 27-yard line. Low snap, quick fires it into coverage and incomplete. It looked like Barnhart could have picked it off again. He had one that he picked it off, went along the near sideline for a long return. He had reservations for 6 on that one. Instead, volleyballs it out of bounds. 2nd down now for the Corsairs. Single back, Bruin under center. O.J. Bruin over the middle, caught, big hit. That was number 59, Nick Fargo. As we get a look at the quarterback numbers, Tyree over the 300 mark, a touchdown and an interception. Bruin trying to hang tough. So it brings up a 3rd and short. Broom from the gun. Over the middle, caught, first down yardage. That's Adrian Ellis. And he's able to move the sticks out to the Queen City 42-yard line. Clock continuing to tick away here for Queen City, unfortunately for them. Seemed like their game plan was a very take what you can get sort of thing. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls has done absolutely everything right on offense and on defense. OJ slinging it out to Jeff Zero, flag on the play. And he gets double tackled there after a gain of maybe a yard and a half. We'll have to see what the flag is all about. That's going to be a block in the back, I believe. Yep. That's going to be against Queen City, which will do them no favors. And it looked like that was number 86, Stephen McMichaels, the new addition coming over from Tulsa in the offseason. So now 1st and 23, backs them way back. Bruin takes the snap. Pressure coming for his backside. Got to air it out and a little bit too long there. So he was looking for Ellis. 3 black jerseys in the area as well. And that falls incomplete. Forces second and a country mile with just under 7 to go here in the ball game. (30-10) your score. Sioux Falls with a commanding lead as you're shipped deeper and deeper into the 4th quarter of action. Bruin checks it down to Zero, and Zero again gets buried right near the line of scrimmage. In fact, behind the line of scrimmage, because that was Derek Williams, the linebacker, getting in there for the stop. 8 tackles, 3 for a loss. Big day for him. Third and 25. All Sioux Falls here this afternoon. Bruin takes the snap. Short little crosser towards the far sideline there, and that's James Matthews Jr. But that was not going to do much of anything. That forces a 4th and 18. Sioux Falls going to get the football back, and it's looking more and more like Sioux Falls can do no wrong today. Clock continuing to roll. Morrison able to get the football away. Fielded by Levy, and Levy is able to get a short return out to the 33-yard line. Well, we've been having a ton of fun out here in Las Vegas from the HyperX Sports Arena, HyperX Esports Arena here at the Luxor in Las Vegas. We've had 5 games total going on at the same time. Little March Madness action a la SFL. And it's been a ton of fun. It's been great to call a football game here, as Tyree is only able to get, actually it'll be a loss of a couple there for Duncan. Big play by the Queen City defense, forcing a 2nd and 12. Under 5.5 to go here in the 4th quarter. Trips towards the bottom of the formation here for Tyree. Play action for Tyree. Clean pocket. Throws near sideline, caught. Warren able to almost get 1st down yardage. It looked like he might have had it, but maybe stepped out just about a toenail short. So it's going to be 3rd and inches. Sioux Falls doing everything right here this afternoon. Heavy eye, hand off, Duncan trying to find some room. It does, finds more than enough room as he's able to make it across midfield to the 49-yard line. Marcus Duncan has been great here in his first career SFL game.
2 touchdowns on the board. Impressive running. And that man, Julian Tyree, has been great as well. Over 300 yards, a touchdown and an interception, and a QBR of over 100. Clock continuing to roll. Sioux Falls likes it that way. Duncan likes it that way as he gets a gain of 4 out to the 45-yard line. And again, we did not quite know what we were going to expect from these two teams. Queen City completely revamping things. Sioux Falls looking to rebound from an early playoff exit. And boy, they have rebounded here this afternoon. 3 rookies on the defense, a brand new running back. And what they've done is they handed it over to Tyree, their 14-year veteran quarterback. As that was a short gain out to the 45, 3rd and 7 coming up here, under 4 to go, excuse me. And Queen City basically accepting that it has not been their afternoon here today. Sioux Falls looking to do their best to just bleed some clock and move themselves closer and closer to a 1-0 start here in season 19. Duncan with an impressive set of speed coming out of the backfield as a receiver, and that'll extend the drive again. Getting a look, absolutely no one getting out there, and good blocking in front as well. As Moose Mitchell was able to get out there. Another one of the offensive linemen, Tim Freeman, the center. You'll love to see that. Big fella getting out there on a horse, making a block for his young running back. I formation, 1st and 10. Clock frozen at 3:09. Tyree. Again, design screen. Little slow getting out of the backfield this time was Duncan. And he pays the price as that was a loss of 3 on the play. But the clock continues to roll. Sioux Falls taking their time as we get a look at Kay Marion. Close to 150 yards through the air. What a great coming out party it's been for her. 2 backs behind Tyree. He's under center. Hand off. Duncan goes nowhere this time. And that will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning here in Sioux Falls. And that will indeed be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here live from the HyperX Esports Arena in Las Vegas. You're watching Simulation Football League action as we continue on. Two minutes to go, all Sioux Falls here this afternoon. Getting revenge from just a season ago, where Queen City gave them a drubbing. Backups in the ball game here, and that was Willie Beeman that threw the football on that play, and it falls incomplete. It's going to be a 4th and 13, and we'll see a field goal attempt, I believe. And actually, it was Sioux Falls that laid the drubbing to Queen City last season. It's week 11, just a season to go. Also at home here in South Dakota. And rather than a field goal, we'll see a punt. The punt from Prefontaine, is fair catched and called for by Ellis, and just outside of the 15-yard line at the 13. Minute 50 to go. Queen City with 3 timeouts to work with. We'll see what they can do. Look at his safe face a little bit here as this has been a beatdown.
Bruin sets up from the gun. Throws a dangerous pass. Ellis makes the catch. 2nd and inches, no huddle. Bruin again takes the snap. Throws it out to Zero. Zero has blocking up front. James Matthew Jr. throwing the block as he's able to get out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A minute 34 to go. And as I mentioned, James Matthew Jr. getting out there, playing lead blocker. Got ushered out of bounds, and that stops the clock with 1:34. Bruin from the gun. Gonna check it down over the middle. That's Matthew Jr. this time with the catch. And they're gonna go no huddle. All 3 timeouts, but Queen City sees the writing on the wall as they're trying to just get anything going positively for their offense. Low snap. Bruin throws it. Dangerous and incomplete. Duck spelling the intended receiver. And Sioux Falls able to knock the football down. Looks like that was Derek Williams getting in there, making the stop. A couple of the starters still out there, able to get a mid on it. He was just playing zone there. Saw where the football was going, stuck his arm out, knocked the football down. And you can tell it's going bananas here in the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas. And man, what an arena. We're having a grand old time here in Las Vegas. As Bruin takes a step on 3rd and 7, throws it over the middle. That was a laser. Caught by Spelling. Extends the drive. 60 seconds to go. Bruin airs it out. Diving attempt. And incomplete. Looking for Deezer Powell. Could not quite make the diving attempt. So that freezes the clock at 52 seconds. It has been Sioux Falls' day here at home at Liberty Park. Bruin. Gonna sling it out. Zero gets tattooed on the play. There's still some fight in this defense over here. Kiki Anderson, the corner, getting up there and laying the lumber. Knocks Zero out of bounds, freezes the clock at 48 seconds. Still plenty of people here at Liberty Park cheering on the defense. Wanting yet another stop, one of many here this afternoon, 3rd and 6. Play action. Bruin over the middle, and I don't think his receiver really knew where the football was going. I think that was intended for Zero. Couldn't quite make the connection, brings up 4th down, and this will probably be the final play of the ball game. Fourth down and 5. 44 seconds to go. Bruin from the gun takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. He's thrown. Somehow gets the complete. But Ellis is not able to get the yardage needed. And with 39 seconds, Sioux Falls will take over. And that'll be all she wrote, folks. Sioux Falls will move to 1-0 on season 19. And Queen City will fall to 0-1. Getting a look at the upcoming schedule, Sioux Falls will stay at home and host the expansion Minnesota Legend here next week. And Queen City will go home to Compro Field up in Buffalo, New York, as they take on the Motor City V8s, the newly rebranded St. Louis franchise, now moving up to Detroit. As Queen City burns their first time out with 35 seconds to go, 2nd and 12 now. Backups in the ball game.
for Sioux Falls. Replay, handoff, stop dead to rights there. Good play by the defense of Queen City. Andre Krim with the stop, but defense jumped early.
Neutral zone infraction, number 78, defense, non-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Sparrows will take the penalty. And that'll freeze the clock momentarily as they move the football up 5 yards. Again, Sioux Falls looking very, very good, very impressive. Along the shoulders of their quarterback, Julian Tyree, 14 seasons. Somehow only an all-star once back in season 10. High formation. Beeman gonna throw it out to Duncan. Duncan couldn't quite make the catch coming out of the backfield. That'll freeze the clock at 30 seconds. Third and 7 now. Beeman from the gun. He's got it back on either side of him. Beeman will throw. Wobbler over there to Warren. Warren makes the catch. And it's going to be forked down as he's ushered out of bounds with 26 seconds to go. Sioux Falls will punt the football away. And Queen City will get the football back. And with inside of 20 seconds to go. Queen City looking to block it, didn't quite get there in time. Fair catch called for and made. Just ahead of the 15-yard line at the 17 by Ellis as he shakes his head in disgust. Wanting to get a big return out of that one, but not to be. 20 seconds to go. Queen City still with 2 timeouts. Bruin from the gun. Got to throw it far sideline. Caught. Matthew Jr. moves it up the sideline and gets ushered out of bounds at the 30. That'll freeze the clock at 14 seconds. Fresh set of downs for the Corsairs. And a good looking play there for the veteran tight end. Able to get free right off the line. Working on one of the extra linebackers, number 55, Cade Bailey. Bruin sets up again and in the gun. Sidecart right is Jet 0. Bruin over the middle into coverage and caught. Penalty marker on the play. And we'll have to see what the marker's all about. Spelling with the catch, and it was pass interference, it looks like, on the Sparrows. Insult to injury. Corsairs will accept, of course. And the Sparrows faithful here at Liberty Park are just saying, hey, let us get out of here with a win. Come on. "11 seconds. Fresh set of downs for Queen City. Sioux Falls up by 20. Bruin takes the low snap. Gonna throw it far sideline. Caught by Deezer Powell. Gets out of bounds. 8 seconds to go. They're milking it for all it's worth here in South Dakota. Sioux Falls has been the better team by far. Julian Tyree and Kate Marion have been impressive here this afternoon. Marion close to 150 yards through the air. Marcus Duncan, rookie running back, has been impressive. for the Sparrows as well as Bruin gets buried in the backfield by James Kelly, and that'll pretty much do it there, folks. Kelly just hooks his man, hooks his blocker, is able to get through to the quarterback. And it looks like Queen City called the timeout again, milking it for all it's worth. 4 seconds to go. Bruin to throw, over the middle, caught, first down yardage. The clock hits triple zeros, and Sioux Falls will move to 1-0 on season 19 against the Queen City Corsairs. It's been a heck of a game for Sioux Falls here at home. As we get a look at the final game stats and highlights, over 400 yards of total offense here for the Sparrows, majority of it through the air, almost 350 yards through the air. And Julian Tyree did a lot of it with K. Marion. This was the big play. I thought it was going to be a touchdown. Saved by Greg Gaines on the play. And it looked like we were going to have a back and forth a little bit as James Matthew Jr. made a big play there on the next possession for Queen City. That was pretty much all the other big plays that we were going to see from Queen City as Tyree threw the football plenty. His lone mistake there as he was looking for Marion over the middle of the field. And that was picked off by Gaines. Sparrows were impressive. 3 field goals from Zestill Black. And player of the game honors is probably going to go. Actually, it'll go to Marcus Duncan, the rookie. Player of the game. 14 carries, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 55 yards through the air. My name has been Eric Vinston. Stay tuned for more coverage of the SFL live from HyperX Sports Arena in Las Vegas. Take care.